Hi everybody, welcome to Dancingluna Tarot. This is going to be a general reading for the sign of Aries. This is a general reading, so this will not resonate with every Aries out there. And this is a general reading. We're not really asking in any direction. And we're just getting some oracle cards first for any guidance that you might need to hear today. Before readings, I do a little, I cleanse the space with some different herbs, smudging different herbs for, blessings and abundance and things like that. And I do a little prayer wishing you all, peace, happiness, harmony, abundance, blessings, and things like that. And then I do a little meditation, and this might just be a very specific message for someone out there, but it's like there's an energy coming through of something being birthed, some idea, some project. It could be a relationship, I'm not sure, but the avenue is going to be either through learning or writing, or something to do with like a campus, or kind of like a school campus, a place for learning, and it may have something to do with writing. So if you're having a lot of ideas swirling about new projects, or something that's going on, you might tap into writing. It might help bring you some clarity. But for someone out there, there's something new and fresh being birthed through learning or writing. So whoever that resonates with, it's just kind of a cue that there's something in this message for you. And again, that won't be for everybody. It may just be a message for someone specific out there. Okay. Jump in. Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. Oh, I love that. Say yes to change. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Soul plan. Take that as you will. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. I mean, to me, the fated life and the destiny life are almost the same. There's almost no duality there, but I think this would speak to kind of the idea of letting what flows in flow in, and letting go of what goes easily. Let go of the grip, loosen the grip. Remember that there is a plan for your path, and you may not know what that is, but just trust that you are right where you need to be. If you feel lost, look down at your feet. You're right where you're supposed to be. Okay, let's see. So Aries, what is going on for my Aries people? What's going on for my Aries people? I just wanted to mention too, like I had a commenter in the comments talk while you're shuffling. The way that intuitive reading works is that sometimes there are messages streaming. And so if there's a silence, it may just be me listening to sometimes there is like an audio coming through that's like sort of a live stream. And sometimes I need to listen for the message. Sometimes I'm just talking to source to get clarity on what I'm asking for through the cards. So that's what it is. I talk when there's something that needs to be said. So just know that this isn't just about laying out cards. This is an intuitive process, and sometimes that involves listening. So what's going on for my Aries people? Can I have any messages for my Aries for their highest good that they may need to hear today? What's going on with my Aries people? Just gonna shuffle one more time. Okay, what's going on for my Aries people? This makes sense with the message that was coming through pre-reading as I meditated about something new being birthed. Some new project that might be something prosperous for you. Hang on, we're just gonna get some more cards. Aries. What do my Aries need to know today? Oh, wow. This is exactly what I thought was going to play out. Okay. I feel constricted by these silly sleeves. Okay, so do we need clarity? Do we need clarity? What are you in your head about? And what are you leaving behind? Okay. So yeah, it looks like you may be, you know, starting something new. And it may have to do with your finance sector. Something that you're deciding to work on, launch, get off the ground. Like in the hopes that it will be something prosperous. I think it will be prosperous if you are starting kind of a new venture, either a new venture, new job, new idea. You know, something's going on here with a prosperous new beginning. So yeah, that meditation may be accurate for someone out there that you're sort of birthing a new idea. You may be learning about something like in the learning process right now, in the steps of kind of getting it launched. But it's like something sort of holding you back in a way. You may be a little bit stuck in your head, sort of like a little bound up in your head, but just know that you may be bound up about sort of not knowing how this is going to move, how this is going to work, how this is going to flow. You may be worried about the momentum if this is something that's taking time. You might be in your head about the pace that this is moving, whatever it is that you're trying to start. But you know, one thing about the Eight of Swords to know is that this is sort of self-imposed. This is something you can navigate out of because she's got these cloths around her, right? But they're very soft bound, and she's got tools around her. She's got 8 whole swords that she could easily get to and just cut all the cloths off. So in a sense, this card represents self-imposed bondage. It may be a time for you to kind of drop out of your head and ground into your body. Tap into your heart space. Try to drop your awareness down into your heart and out of your head, and try to get out of the thoughts. If you've got like a lot of thoughts going about that are kind of making you feel stuck, you know, hindered, impeding your flow. It's almost here to say that like what's impeding the momentum is your own thoughts, your own sort of bound up, stuck thoughts. So a good way to kind of get around, you know, twisted up thinking is always meditation. And one day soon I'm going to do a video on meditation for those that are like struggling to figure out how to meditate. But there's a lot of guided meditation out there on YouTube, if you can't figure it out how to do it on your own. But it's super simple. It's just slowing down, turning off all distractions, getting quiet for like 5 to 20 minutes, and just focusing on your breath. Just focusing on your breath. And when your thoughts come up, just notice them and come back to the breath, and just repeat that over and over again. Thoughts come in. Oh, I need to do laundry. Oh, I need to walk the dog. See the thought, become aware of it, and come back to the breath. And over, just focus on the breath. And as you do that as a practice, it doesn't take that long for meditation, like daily meditation, to kind of solve this problem of being stuck in your head, where it kind of teaches you how to drop down into your body and ground down into your body and get out of your head, and sort of get out of reaction and sort of spinny thoughts, and slow everything down. because this is kind of what's impeding the movement here, of something that you're trying to do. Um, judgment could be here to call you to sort of level up, elevate, and that kind of goes along with this, like sort of might be a time for you to kind of get mastery over your thoughts if you have any chaotic thinking going on. But also judgment is kind of here to say, like, this is sort of a karmic card, but it's not like the Wheel of Fortune where this is like karma is turning in your favor, right? We always say that with the Wheel of Fortune most of the time. But judgment is here to say that like what you have put out there is about to return. So only you know. And my Aries people that I know are like so solid and dependable and there for everybody else. So I'm sure that you've been putting, good things out there. And so this is sort of a time for it to be called back to you. So I'd say that if you're worried about outcomes, let go of that, because, you have your soul path. It's what that Oracle card said in the beginning. It's sort of about like trusting the path, trusting what's meant for you is what's unfolding. So kind of loosen the grip on these thoughts, and trust that you are right where you need to be. And that may be a process of elevating for you. That may sort of help to liberate you, level you up from these bound up thoughts. I think that ultimately you are gonna cut off these blindfolds and these cloths. You are, because you've got the Fool here. So if you've sort of been able to take that, like unable to take that leap, this is a good time for you to let go of fear, level up, let go of fear, and take that leap. Take a leap of faith. The Fool is all about taking a leap of faith without being worried about what's down below, trusting that you're going to be safe when you leap and you fly, and that the Fool has trust that he's going to take this leap off this edge and he's going to be just fine. He's got his bag over his shoulder, he's got a flower in his hand, and he's just not very worried about what's going to happen. He's just going to la 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 right off that edge. So this talks about like taking that leap. It's a leap of faith. It's about taking a leap of faith. So it may be that you're going to move through this energy, and you're going to kind of get, control over your thoughts, and get, control over the fears, and go ahead and take this leap. And what are you leaping into? You are leaping right into security. You're leaping right into long-term stable security. King of Pentacles is all about stability, security, and I think that this has something to do with finance for you. There's like nothing to do with love coming through here, not too much. There's not cups out here. There's only one cups card out here. I don't feel a high love vibe here in this reading. I think that this is all about something that you're trying to get off the ground, in terms of money. And again, it could be moving in a new direction in your career, something like that, but something that you're like a little worried about, right? But you're when you decide to take this leap and sort of throw off these cloths and free yourself from like the mental bondage of it, you're leaping right into security. Sorry about the background noise. You're leaping into a really safe place. This is stability. This is stability and long-term security. But in this process, I want to get some clarity. There is a call to leave something behind, right? But it's something that that you need to leave behind. You may be sort of pondering leaving something behind, and I would say that it's funny because this guy has done a lot of work to build this wall. So I don't know if you're considering leaving a workplace behind where you haven't been too happy for a while, or if this is in terms of sort of letting your guard down a little bit, releasing the sort of where maybe you've been walled up, kind of letting that down and letting that go a little bit. But the good news is where he's walking towards mountains, which are possibilities. And for me, the Eight of Cups, this person is always turning their back on something. These are not spilled cups either. So this is turning their back on something it's not that easy to turn the back on, but he's walking straight towards wish fulfillment. And it makes a lot of sense with the King of Pentacles here and the Ace of Pentacles here. That you may have some idea that something that you need to leave behind may better your life. It may be in terms of happiness. But this is sort of walking straight towards wish fulfillment. So with this Nine of Wands here, it's just somehow coming through in terms of the possibility of either work, as I said before, or letting your guard down. Oh, this may be kind of separate from this new thing, and it may be a different thing for different people. This new beginning and this leap and this being stuck in the head, it could have something to do with a relationship, although that wasn't really what was streaming through, but this may be, you know, for someone. But I think an aspect of what's going on is that you are definitely going to be saying no to something. It may be something that you once loved, or someone that you once loved. It may even be a job that you once loved, being there, but there's no longer fulfillment there. But this is definitely you turning your back on something, walking away from it. This is you saying no in a self-protective mode. And this may even be you just kind of having your guard up. But this is definitely a decline of something. This is a saying no to something, and this is leaving something behind. So only you know your story and what that is that you have in your mind that you're kind of considering leaving behind, right? But there's definitely something here that's going to be set down, put down, said no to, declined here. So let's see, Aries, what's coming up in the near future. Let's see what's coming up in the near future. What messages moving forward do my Aries need to hear for their highest good? What messages do my Aries need to hear right now? Moving forward. What do Aries need to hear moving forward? The message is just coming through loud and clear. I don't know if you know the Bob Marley song, Don't Worry About a Thing, because every little thing's going to be all right. And before that song started looping, the sentence, everything's going to be all right, everything's going to be all right, coming through. So there's a message here for someone who is concerned, worried that everything is not going to be all right. There's a really strong message here. Take a deep breath, because everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Listen, you've made it through all the experiences so far to where you are, and you know, have probably gone through things that you thought you couldn't get through, and but here you are. Here you are standing strong. Everything is going to be all right. Just remember that whatever's going on, whatever you're worried about, whatever you're concerned about, just take a deep breath, let it go, get quiet, get grounded. Everything's going to be all right. Okay, what do my Aries need to hear? Oh, wow. Okay, let's see what else comes out so we can let's get a full picture. Wow, this is a nice progression. Okay, it's interesting that in the meditation was something about learning, because pages are learners. Pages are big time learners, and you've got 2 pages out here. So I don't know, like if you're on a learning journey about something that you're trying to create, but there's definitely some aspects here to do with learning. What are you intuitive about? What's the intuitive hit about? I'm just gonna get one more card. So you have the Star card here. This is the Wish card. This talks about rebirth. There's a lot of balance with the Star card. You know, it's like, see the jugs she's got water flowing. It's just flowing. This is flow. This is you know, this is time. This is time to focus on your dreams. What are your dreams? What are your dreams? Focus on that. If you're in your head and you're stuck in your head, if you're stuck in your head, focus on what you want it to look like and stay focused on that. That's a trick to manifesting. Get focused on your dreams. What are your wishes? What are your desires? The star is here to call to you to get clarity on that. And there's a page of swords here talking about getting clarity on that. Maybe you need to learn what your wishes are. Why is Four of Wands here? I just want to know, because generally Four of Wands has to do with a union. Are you like dreaming of a different kind of, I don't know if you're involved with someone, but are you like dreaming of something being different, looking different? Is this what has to do with leaving something behind? Yeah, okay, Hermit. Let me get one more clarifier, and then we're gonna sort of talk about this in a cohesive way. How this, okay, yes. Okay, so this is definitely talking about like getting clarity on what your dreams look like. Yeah, like this is about getting quiet and asking yourself, what do your dreams look like? What do you really want it to look like? Instead of, you know, spending any time in worry and being focused in worry, it's kind of like the dynamic with worry is that it creates what the if you're worrying about outcomes that are not positive, you're almost like magnetizing that towards you. So this is a call to get clarity on the good things, the way that you want it to look, future orient. Get your thoughts future oriented on the way that you want things to look, and what are your, and dream big. Lay it out there. Lay it out there. Don't be afraid to dream big about how you want things to look, how you want your life to look, how you want to feel in your life. Focus on the feeling. How do you want your life to feel? Do a meditation and ask yourself, what would I feel like? What would I feel like if I had everything I wanted right now? What would that feel like? And soak that feeling in. Allow yourself to feel that. And that's kind of how you're going to manifest this in, right? I think that there may be some call here in the near future to get clarity on what you want. There's some aspects here that tell me that this may be something to do with a relationship. Aside from the idea that you're launching, this may have something to do with a relationship that you have an idea of the way that you want it to look. And it may not really be looking like that. And this may be what you're considering putting down. But there is a call here to go into hermit mode. And this is all about getting meditative, right? And getting a focus on what are your wishes? What do you wish to see? What do you wish to feel when it comes to union, when it comes to harmony in union? What would that feel like to you? And this is a way of manifesting it in. And you definitely have the tools you need to manifest in whatever it is that you want, whatever you desire. Star card is here with the Magician to say that you have the ability. And the Magician has all the resources that he needs. He's got the mental, the physical, the spiritual, and he uses what he has on hand. He doesn't focus on what he doesn't have. He's very resourceful. He uses what he has mentally, physically, at his disposal to get the job done. So I think that there's a call here to get meditative. Hermit is definitely talking about going into a meditative mode, pulling back from all the chaos, and getting quiet and introspecting, right? And so this, to me, the Hermit would speak to a need to meditate. And from that place where you can get quiet and you can get calm and you can get grounded and get out of your head, that's where you're going to be able to manifest from. That's where you're going to be able to manifest all these, different ideas that you have going on. That's where you're going to get into alignment and sort of streamline it forward. You've got a Page of Swords here, so I think that in the near future you will be getting clarity. It's going to come through some kind of learning about what you're doing with whatever this thing is that you're trying to get off the ground, this move you're trying to make in terms of a job, whatever it is for you. You're going to get clarity. You're learning more about how to use this sword. You're learning more about communication, mental clarity. This is going to be a time for you to be learning and getting clarity about your finance. This has something to do with your finance. There's a lot of pentacles in this reading. And this Knight of Wands has focus on his passion. And this would add to the thought that this might be something that you've been thinking about doing for a long time. And you're just getting your bearings and getting it together and getting a focus. The thing that came through in the meditation before your reading about writing, there was definitely a journal involved and a sort of learning atmosphere. So I would say another good way, besides meditation, to get clarity is to write. So I would say if you've got ideas swirling, write, just messy write on the paper, write whatever thoughts are going on and let it flow out onto the paper, and you'll get a lot of clarity. This is a good way to organize internal chaos also, is to write. So but you are going to be getting focused. You know where you're going. You're armored up. You've got your armor on. You've got your passion in your hands. You know what you're passionate about. This is you getting clarity. You getting clarity on what am I passionate about? What am I moving towards? You're moving straight towards it. And again, this guy's holding up a big pentacle, but he's sort of in a learning phase, right? He's learning about how to create luxury. And then you've got a high priestess, 5 of swords, 9 of pentacles. I just want some clarity on why is this 5 of swords here? Like, what does this have to do with? In what, like, aspect of your life? What does this have to do with? You know, high priestess is a call to tap into your intuition, but there's fertility involved when it comes to high priestess, and not in terms only of baby making. Although in the meditation, what came through was the face of a brand new baby, which is what led me to the idea that there's something new being birthed here. So for some of you, there may be something about fertility, baby, in the mix. I'm not sure. Everybody's story is going to be different. But, you know, high priestess is all about intuition. It's all about seeing in the dark. It's all about trusting your inner knowing. But I'm wondering, what's up with this 5 of swords? This is like an energy of somebody who gets into a conflict and there's not a lot of integrity about the way that they win this conflict. To me, this can speak about somebody who may use sharp words to win an argument, somebody who doesn't really care how the opponent feels. This is like someone who wins a fight and they're looking back like, ha, you know, I have all the swords, and there's just no compassion for this person on the receiving end. So when this card comes out, it to me, it speaks about a dynamic of like maybe dealing with somebody who you've had conflict with, who maybe in that kind of energy, like just really cares about like winning the fight and doesn't really care about how you feel afterwards. I don't know if this is the energy that you're walking away from, declining, leaving behind. I would say that's a great energy to leave behind if there's someone around you who engages in conflict with you like that. Let's see. What is this 5 of swords here for? Yeah, see, this has something to do with love. This guy has something to do with love. I think that you intuitively know that this is like not okay. If you have someone around you that engages in conflict like that, this energy can almost be like semi-narcissistic in a way, like someone with a lot of ego that they just need to be right. They just need to be right, and they just don't care how that makes anybody else feel. Their goal is to be right. Their goal is to have all the swords. They don't really care what the opponent feels like, the person that they're engaged in conflict feels like. This is not a person with a lot of compassion. So if you're dealing with someone like that, in terms of love, you intuitively already know that that's not the business, that's not what makes you feel 4 of onesie. So if you're in something that feels like that makes you feel like that you just feel defeated, you don't feel heard after conflict, like that your words just didn't matter, I would say this is definitely a call in the near future to learn about what you really want. Learn about what you really want, what's your life to look like. Because when you can do that, when I don't actually need clarity. The messages are just like streaming through hard. It's like when you can get clarity, And when you can tap into your intuition and like trust that when your internal message is telling you that something's not right with this energy, that's when you kind of break free. That's when you kind of get into fool stance and take that leap and turn your back and walk away. When you are just, when you're listening to your inner knowing, and you're trusting what it's telling you, like, hey, something's not right here, something is off with this energy, something is off with the way this person moves. And I don't know, this could also just be in a job sense for some of you. Maybe you have a boss that moves in that way, that just is sort of a space where you're not heard, where you're not valued. There's clearly some aspect in your life where this energy is going on, right? And in your gut that this is not the way, this is not the way it should be. Like it's like your internal value is speaking up and saying, no, thank you, no. So I think that when you learn to trust that and get clarity and vision on what you want it to look like, that's when you step into your Nine of Pentacles energy, right? So let's talk about her. This is a great place for your reading to end out, because this is sort of where all of this leads, is to her. And what she's like the empress of the minor arcana, right? She's very relaxed, but she's in her luxury. She has everything she needs around her. But for me, this does not just speak of money. When I look at this card, I see this woman. She's very relaxed. She's serene. She's in a serene pose. She's comfortable. She's confident. She's just like, nothing can faze her, because she finally has learned the art of knowing what she needs to keep for herself and what she can give away. And if this is historically for you something that's been problematic in jobs or relationships, giving too much, giving too much, giving too much, this is where you get to come into alignment. And she's got her hand on her Six Pentacles over here, because she knows that she's going to keep these Six Pentacles for herself, because she has learned that she needs to and can keep something for herself. She's got Three Pentacles over here that she can give away, so she still has generosity in the way that she moves, right? But she doesn't have so much generosity that she can't be in this relaxed stance. She has learned not to give it all. She has learned the art of balance, and because she has learned that, she's come into alignment, and she's in this place where she's relaxed and she's abundant. But she's abundant in every way. She's not only money abundant, although this card is definitely here to speak about money abundance. There may be a call here. I don't know why this is tapping in. There may be a call here to get some balance around your finances. Maybe pulling back a little bit and keeping saving what you need. For yourself, for your stability, if you can, if that's an issue that's come up for you, and maybe being a little bit like free flowing with the money. This might be also a call to kind of rein it in and be mindful of what you keep and what you save and what you stack. But ultimately, I think that you have a knowing of whatever that thing is that you need to leave behind, whether it's a job, whether it's a person, a relationship, whatever it is for you. I think that you're kind of getting tapped in internally into your intuitive knowing about what you need and what is not serving your joy and your peace and your harmony, and you've got a knowing that you're gonna leave it behind. You're gonna walk away, but don't worry. The message coming through on this future oriented reading was everything's gonna be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Trust the path. Trust your soul path. Everything is going to be okay. Follow your inner knowing. Follow your peace. Follow your joy. Follow your bliss. Follow what you know is going to help you grow. This kind of energy, this Five of Swords energy, is not something that helps you grow. This is an energy that keeps you defeated. This is something that chips away at your self-esteem. Dealing with any energy like this, whether it's a boss, a mate, whatever it is, a friend, whatever it is for you, this is not a healthy energy to deal with, and this is degrading to peace and joy. So so I would say, if you're considering leaving any kind of energy like that behind, go ahead. Go on ahead and do that. Clip out anything from your life that is detrimental to your peace. Yeah. Okay, Aries, that is your reading. This looks beautiful. If you are working on something new, I would say, great. It looks good. Just get organized. Get organized with your thoughts. Get organized on paper. about your vision, because you've got abundance in front of you. You've got a secure path in front of you. So it's just about getting clarity. It's just about getting grounded and getting the spinning thoughts to sort of like whew, take that breath and calm down. And just remember, a message was coming through so strong for you. Everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. Go listen to that Bob Marley song, Don't Worry About a Thing. I forget what the exact title. I think it's Three Little Birds. Yeah, anyway, you know the song. You'll know the song. Every little thing is gonna be all right. Remember that. Listen to that song. It's gonna help you today. All right, Aries, that's your reading. Hopefully this resonated with you. And if it did, you can feel free to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It helps me grow the channel. And if it didn't resonate, that is okay. This is not going to be everybody's story. You can feel free to watch your sun, moon, and rising for more resonance in your other placements. All right, thank you so much for coming out and supporting the channel and watching this reading today. Take care, Aries.